Hi everybody, I'm Steven Glana and today I have a very important video to share with you. Today I would like to have a very talk-to-talk conversation about how my channel is going. It's something that I've never done after more than 100 videos in my channel, and I wonder why. And I think it's why to sometimes stop, think and learn and grow. Okay, but before that, a tiny bit of backstory. For me, YouTube has never been like a simple platform to just upload the videos and having fun. No. For me, YouTube has always been a sort of kind of revenge. Because at school I wasn't really popular. Actually, I was like a ghost. I had no friends, I wasn't really good, and sadly I wasn't invited in any parties. And trust me, I really wanted to, because I wanted to have fun, to laugh the jokes. I really want to have, I would like to quote Pinocchio, I want to be like a real kid. And you know what? It was even my fault. Because at a certain point I just closed as a hedgehog and I was just alone with my passions. But after that, YouTube arrived. YouTube arrived and I started to upload my videos. Like I'm doing right now. Camera in front of me, nobody behind, and open my heart out. As simple as that. And people were coming. It's incredible that in a little city, people were coming and there was a tiny bit of success that it made me really feel alive. So much that even people that at school that I never actually talk about, they were coming to me in my chat and say, "Hey, I remember actually I always wanted to talk to you," but they never did. Finally, I even started to have some friends that invited me all over the country to just have sleepover. Something that I never ever did, and I had to fake it. I had to fake it because I didn't want to appear like the weirdo, even if I am a tiny bit. I have to fake it like it is something normal for me, but now this thing was the normality. I had friends that after I uploaded my video, they were calling me, even by the phone, to discuss and talk about the video. And it was crazy because at a certain point I said, okay Steve, now you need to just put yourself a tiny bit more professionality and try to go on and work on this thing. And I try really to be better and better and better. And the funny thing is that I could check my progress on my channel. My channel became a sort of diary where I can check the progress all the time. If I go back on 10 videos back on my channel, I can see that there was an improvement. If I never ever done YouTube, I would have never learned how to speak in public, how to speak in front of the camera. I thought it would have been crazy. And I even learned how to communicate a tiny bit better. Not that I was a great communicator, like even nowadays I don't think I'm very good at communication, but I've improved. And this was just because of YouTube. We can try to fake it as much as we can. We can try to say no, there are other things, but no, the technology, platform, social media helped me out for this. But it was good because every single comment in the videos, every single like, every single subscribers, every single view, it would be like a good pat on the shoulder that would mean the word to every small creators like me. Of course, if you see my channel now, I know even reaching the 3,000 subscribers. I don't even know if I ever gonna reach the 3,000 subscribers, but at a time when I reached the 2,000 subscribers, it was amazing because I was thinking about 2,000 people that pushed the button subscribe. I don't know if you know, but there is a common unwritten rule on YouTube that whenever your video reached the 10% of your subscribers, it means it was a good video. And I reached almost the 60, the 70, sometimes even 90%. Sometimes I even overpassed my number of subscribers. The first video got 200,000 views. It's incredible. But of course, YouTube doesn't really perform miracles. The problem is that I was very unprofessional. Every time I did a very nice format, I was closing it because I was a sort of idiot. I was seeing YouTube like a sort of artist kingdom, like which in a sort of way is art to make a video. But if I want to make a living. And if you want to make a living, you need to follow certain kind of rules. And for example, if people like format, don't close it. Sometimes it's nice to please the people. I was just purely 100% instinct. And if you really want to make this thing like a job, you can't do that. You can't do that, even because sometimes your instinct is bad. And sadly, I've never been good with people and never actually been good to keep the friends. And I was very, very touchy as well, so I lost everything. Essentially, I found nowadays that I have no friends. It's okay, but I'm putting my face into it and go back on YouTube. Because yeah, at a certain point I even abandoned YouTube because it wasn't the one that I recognized. And after a while that I said to myself, after years I said to myself, you know what, there's no sense to coming back, even if I really wanted to. But at a certain point I say, who cares? It's me, it's my path. And it doesn't mean that all the paths need to be amazing. No, the very beginning could be really, really bad. Well, for example, I was used to do 1,000 views per video, and now I'm happy if I do 200 views per video. But of course, I'm a bit angry about it, but it was my fault. And it's a good thing, because if I had really thousands of subscribers, I wouldn't have never been able to manage them. Never. So it's okay. If God wants, and to me to have millions of subscribers or 100,000, which I don't think it will ever happen, I will be actually ready to just give them something for all of them and be more professional and be a better guy. And there's even no point to just try to watch other videos and be jealous. Of course, I'm a tiny bit jealous, but I believe it's a very healthy jealousy because I'm putting myself here, face in, do video, keep to work for you guys that it can be in a sort of way useful. Otherwise, if my video are not useful for you, they're not even inspiring you a bit, there's no point and I would have failed. But a question that I always wanted to ask you, is this just relatable with YouTube? Because for me, there's never been something like that. YouTube made me learn that there is a big work out of it in every single thing that we're doing. It could be music, it could be art, it could be work, it could be family, it could be every single thing. For example, I wanted to do music. And I always wanted to release my album. That never really happened, but now I built my studios. And I say, you know what, Steve, keep doing songs and you'll see that the better song that you will ever do is gonna be the song that you still have to write. And I think it's a very healthy path. And whatever it happens, I'm trying to be the best of myself. And as the last part of the video, I believe that YouTube can really help our society. And I believe that YouTube can really help us a lot. Because try to think, all the people that are sharing their skill, sharing their best work, sharing their study with all over the world. And whenever we want to learn from someone, we just need to open YouTube and check. And see all these people challenging themselves to try to improve and to be the best of the best. And in 1 year, all these people, if they don't give up, they would have improved and be better person, better creators, better everything in a sort of way. And the people that will benefit all this is gonna be the community, because they're gonna have a product that is increasing in quality all the time. I'm not meaning that at the end of the day you cannot do a bad video, but you know, even on the stock market, you know, the price doesn't really rise up and that's it. But with the right work, tiny bit of luck as well, it will just go up. That's what I believe. That's why I'm not really crying myself out to just being a small YouTuber after like 10 years of videos. It wasn't even my fault in a certain way, but you know what? I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. And if it would never happen to me to grow on YouTube or to make a job out of it, it's okay. It's really okay. I reach this kind of peace of mind. But, you know, I got new videos up to my sleep that I'm so willing to share with you guys. And I really hope you're gonna appreciate that. And again, you know, if you wanna write to me, always do it. It's something that, the most beautiful thing on YouTube are the comments, because you can actually speak with people and you do actually have very interconnection. I would never understand all those YouTube channels that they don't allow the comments on video. What's the point to share stuff with the world if you don't do something like that? I still remember one of the few times that somebody actually recognized me outside. I was at the station with my cousin to pick up my cousin, and I heard a voice, "But you're Steve!" And there was this guy that he asked me for a picture. To me, the guy that he always actually covered my face to the family picture because I didn't want to see my face in photos or in video. And now I'm here talking with I don't know how many people. Well guys, thank you very much to have listened all this eloquence starting experiment. See you again with the next video, and thank you very much for any of you that's gonna watch this video.